So as I'm sure you already know, there are a ton of myths out there about minimalism and what minimalists are like. And my girlfriend and I were reading through some articles about some of these myths, just out of curiosity. And there were some that I was obviously aware of that I already knew about, but there are also a few that kind of just threw me off for a second because I was like, really? Really? And so what I want to do in this video is I want to share 7 myths with you and also give you my thoughts on them as well. So the first myth that I came across says that minimalists can only have a certain number of items. Now, I don't believe in this at all. While there are some minimalists who do count their possessions and will only live their lives with a certain number of things, I'm not one of them, right? I don't count my possessions, and for the most of us who live a minimalist lifestyle or an intentional lifestyle, do not count our possessions. We use minimalism, the tool, and apply it to our lives so that we can eliminate the excess clutter that we personally have, and then allow ourselves or open ourselves up to accepting and only bringing in things that bring us joy. I said it before, and I said it in a lot of my videos, that we all have very unique journeys and we all use minimalism differently, but with the same intention: to eliminate the clutter and then accept and only bring things into our lives that spark joy, that make us happy, that we actually value. So the second myth that I came across says that minimalists are not sentimental. Now, this is one that kind of just threw me off for a second because we're still human, right? We still have emotions and we still have items that have sentimental value to us. Oftentimes it can be mistaken that because we live a minimalist lifestyle, we get rid of everything in our lives that's not an essential item. I have a toothbrush, I have toothpaste, I have food, I have one shirt, a pair of jeans, and some sneakers. And that's not ideal for everyone. And we do have sentimental items. While we do choose to donate some of those items, we can make the decision to keep them. And I actually shared a video about whether or not you should donate your sentimental items. And in that video, I actually showed the items that I still hold on to that have sentimental value to me. So just because we're holding on to some of those sentimental items, that doesn't necessarily mean we're not minimal and that we're not living a minimalist lifestyle. We're just choosing to keep the items that add value to our lives. Number 3 is that minimalists wear the same thing every single day, or we don't have style. Now, there are some minimalists who believe in a uniform-based wardrobe. Again, I am not one of them, but if you do, that is perfectly fine. Again, it is your journey. You live your life how you want to live it. But most of us do not wear the same thing every single day, and we do have our own personal styles. You may have noticed that in my videos, I stick to a very similar color palette with the clothes that I wear because those are the colors that I'm comfortable with wearing. But I also have taken my wardrobe and built more of a capsule wardrobe where I can mix and match all of the pieces that I own and create new, unique looks that still fit my personal style. So no, we don't wear the same thing every day. And yes, we do have style. Number 4 is all minimalists are vegan and zero waste. Now, this is a very interesting statement, and I actually shared a video sharing my thoughts on this. Are all minimalists zero waste? And I'll leave a link to it here in the card above, but also leave a link in the description box. And go ahead, I want to encourage you to go ahead over there and watch that video and hear my unique opinion and my thoughts on this topic. I share great detail on why all of us are not vegans and why all of us are not zero waste, but what the core reason is for why most of us do add those things to our lives. So go ahead and check that out. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So number 5 on my list is one of those myths that really just threw me off for a second, right? And this myth says that minimalism will negatively change how you interact with people or how you connect with people. And this is, like I said, this is a myth that just threw me off for a second. And I don't understand how minimalism can negatively affect how you connect with people. What negatively affects how you connect with people is your character and your personality. If you're constantly negative, if you're constantly down, if you're constantly complaining, that's going to change how you connect with people. Just because I choose to live with a limited amount of possessions or choose to live my life intentionally, or because I donate things that I don't own or don't use, that shouldn't affect the relationships and friendships that I have in my life. Number 6, the 6th myth on my list, says that minimalism has a certain aesthetic, just a certain look about it, the traditional black and white aesthetic. Okay, yes, my room is black and white, but the rest of my apartment is not. If you've seen my video where I share my day in the life as a minimalist, you'll see a clip in there where I show my living room. And in our living room, we have a red couch. We have a lot of browns. We have a lot of tans, a lot of warm tone colors. And that is something we like for that space. And this is something we like for this space. And I say that to say this: minimalism is not a color. Minimalism is not an aesthetic. Minimalism is a tool that we're using to declutter our lives and only bring things that add value back into our lives. So if you love color, if you love patterns, love color and love patterns. It's not black and white. It's not an aesthetic. It's a tool. Now, before I share the 7th myth that is on my list, if this is your first time tuning in, welcome to my channel. We talk about minimalism and intentional living, but also share my creativity here as well. So if you enjoy either of those things, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and tap the bell so you're notified every time I drop a video. All right, so the 7th myth that I wanted to mention in this video says that minimalists don't buy or own nice things. Now, the first thing that I want to mention is that quote unquote nice things is very subjective. Now, one thing that I do believe is oftentimes misunderstood when it comes to owning fewer possessions is that the few possessions we do decide to keep and own in our lives usually are of higher quality. They really go hand in hand. So we do purchase and own nice things or higher quality things for the simple fact that we don't want to have to keep repurchasing the lesser quality of them. They last as much longer, meaning we save money, we live a more intentional lifestyle. So we do own nice things, we do purchase nice things, but it is very subjective of what nice is. I really hope that helps you. If you have other myths that you have noticed or seen online, let me know in the comment section down below. I love to talk about them and kind of give my thoughts on those as well. And we just have a little conversation down there. But like I said, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and always remember, stay true to you. See you in the next one. Peace.